Well, good morning. Well, it's Monday. I got about a week, Friday. So 5 days, including today. Before surgery, go in on Friday. And that'll be the day. So we just got a call from the hospital this morning, sort of the pre-admission type of thing. Asked me a bunch of questions about my health, and I've had a couple of incidences with anesthesia. One time I had a hernia operation, and it just made me so sick, and for days after, I was sick. So she acknowledged that today, and I said, yeah, that would not. She said she's going to give me an anti-nausea medication that goes along with the anesthesia, so that I won't be sick, which is huge because you definitely don't want to be puking after they take a foot long section of your colon out. I'm sure my stomach's going to be pretty tender, so I appreciate that. And I also had a time when I was had a different operation that they had a hard time sort of getting me out of anesthesia. My blood pressure spiked, and they had a hard time sort of stabilizing me. And that was the last time that I went under. So I'm hoping that is, that's cool. It's just an aberration, and it doesn't happen again on Friday. But I just wanted to say one thing, a couple of things, I guess, why I'm here. The last video I made, I've made a couple of these videos, or 4 or 5 of them, whatever, and I completely forget what I said before. So, but anyway, I know that I was sitting on the dock, and I was talking about whatever I was feeling or whatever. And when I started walking back to the house, 2 eagles flew right over the top of the house, flew right over me, and probably, 50, 60 feet above me, so not so high that you couldn't see them. They were pretty close. They flew right over the house, circled around me, and flew off. And I just, I don't know, man. I'm a believer in signs, and I just took that as a pretty cool sign. 2 eagles, an adult and an adolescent. They're both pretty darn big, but it was very, very cool. I mean, that's the first time that's ever happened to me. I've seen eagles before, but none that just sort of like flew over the house and flew over me. It's never happened, and that was very cool. So it kind of put me at ease for a little while. Last Friday we went out. It's sort of my last weekend where before surgery. So I woke up Friday just pissed off, and I have no idea. Everyone was just aggravating me. There was a lot of tension in my body and in my mind, and it was hard. I don't like feeling that way, and I especially don't like feeling that way now when something like this is coming up, But it was what it was, and I stayed pretty frustrated all day. Tried to get things done here and there, and then as the day wore on, the anger turned to fear, I think. Fear and sadness. And went out Friday night, I had a few drinks. I actually had quite a few drinks. And I got shit-faced, absolutely shit-faced, which I don't recommend to everybody, but I'm telling you, it helped me big time. Because I just got to, the reason it helped is I started to talk about the sadness and the fear, and a lot of emotion came up. I was just very weepy. Both Melissa and I were both very weepy. And, just, I guess it's the uncertainty, maybe, that's what it was. But it was good in the sense that I hadn't really felt that. I hadn't allowed myself to feel that vulnerable. And it is a vulnerable situation. Yeah, I'm in a vulnerable situation. I'm feeling pretty good today, right now, Monday. Like I said, the woman called me from the hospital and sort of did the pre-patient intake, whatever it is. And she mentioned her husband had that same surgery. And, she mentioned that it's a pretty long surgery. It's 4 hours plus. But he bounced right back. She said, 4 weeks into it, he was, back to work, doing his thing. She said that he didn't take pain medication after, well, other than Tylenol. Didn't take any narcotics other than Tylenol after the surgery, which is cool. Because I'm okay with that, man. If I can get by without taking the heavy duty medication, I'm all for that. I just don't like the way that stuff makes me feel. It does work though. When I broke my leg, boy, I tell you, I was so grateful for that because that was painful, wicked. So anyway, she kind of put my mind at ease. It was like, okay, all right, there's hope. There's a lot of hope. And this week and last night, I guess I posted it to Facebook. I told a few people here and there, not a ton. I just figured, I'm not. This age of social media, I'm not sure if it's the best way to communicate, but it was easy to communicate with a group, a lot of people, and I got to tell you, so I posted it last night, and I got to tell you, jeez, the amount of support that I got was just humbling, absolutely humbling. So I do want to say to all of you that have supported me through Facebook and through these videos or anyway, but in particular last night when I posted the post that I had the cancer and I was going in for surgery, everyone that took the time to reach out and say, we're with you, we love you, and that means so much to me, and I can't thank you enough. You hear the geese behind me? I'm telling you, man, that's one thing. I cannot wait until after surgery where I can just sit down here, have a fire, sit on the dock, fish. It sounds like I'm planning for a vacation, but I am really just that peace and quiet and comfort of this area, this house, of this property. It's just, I feel so blessed to be able to live here. And, maybe, who knows why things happen, but to be here and going through this makes a big difference for me, And I know that's not always the case for some. I think I mentioned before in a previous video that I signed up for a colon cancer support group, and there are some people that are alone. They're alone in environments that they'd rather not be in. And they're going through this, without family and without sort of people there to take them to appointments and to come look after them. And so many people are doing chemo and radiation and are sick. And if that's you and you're feeling lost or you're feeling alone, I'm so sorry, and I wish I could be there for you. Hopefully this video, is something that shows you that you're not alone, no matter where you're at. Physically, you may feel like there's no one right by your side, and I know we need people there physically for us to help us, and I'm pretty concerned about that after the fact. That woman said that her husband 4 weeks later has bounced back and was back at it. So if that's the case, then that'd be the best of all worlds. But we'll take that as it comes. But anyway, sorry, bouncing around again. For those people that may feel alone, that may feel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're feeling alone. And I know that in my moments of isolation, that's when the darkness comes in. That's where it settles in. The fear, the You know, all those emotions that twist you up inside. And it's important, absolutely important, that you try to find some support, whether it be online, whether it be a support group that you go to, whether it be calling a friend or a pastor, um, something. Um, it just makes such a difference to have someone be there to listen to you. You know, even if you're not making any sense. You know, because it can be a confusing thing. It has been for me, where I feel like my thoughts just get all jumbled and blah blah. You know, and I ramble on and do all that stuff, but um, it's so important to be able to say, you know, start 3 different thoughts and not finish them to somebody and have them go, yeah, I get it. I get you're confused. It really does help. So, you know, I pray that all of you, or any of you that may be feeling isolated right now, you know, that you can find some support out there. So the rest of this week, you know, I have a few things I got to do, and I don't want to do them. I really don't. I'm like, ugh, you know what? Screw that. It'll all get done after the surgery, maybe. Um, but I know I got to do some of the things. You know, I got to build those raised beds. I got to set that up because Melissa and the kids want the garden, so I want to get that going. You know, at least set up those 2 beds. I was going to build them, but I just don't have time, so I bought 2 water troughs, basically. They look really cool, and they're going to make excellent raised beds. So I got to get that set up. I'm going to set it up as the Yugal Culture watering system. If you're not sure about that, I'll explain it in a different video. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to setting that up for them because, you know, they can be growing healthy food, which I'm very, you know, I've never really been a gardener, but I'm really looking forward to getting into that once I'm back on my feet. So I got that, and we do, you know, I still have work on the 3rd floor that I got to do, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna, excuse me again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that done. That's, you know, it'll be what it'll be. And then I just got, you know, some odds and ends type of thing, you know, like get your affairs in order. Get my affairs in order. So, you know, writing down passwords to not websites, like to my email accounts and to my phone and my iPad, you know, making sure that that's all set. So in case something does happen, that people have access to, you know, to whatever they need, to the people, you know, Melissa and the kids, you know, Melissa basically. And, you know, so I got to do all that. I got a few other things I got to do. But again, right now I'm sitting down by the lake, talking to you and just trying to stay chill. So I'll talk to you at some point again. You know, I don't know exactly. I know that Friday when I was all emotional, I was like, man, this is good video. This is real. This is real. You know, there is nothing fake about what I was going through on Friday. And I don't think that I've been fake at all, actually, in any of these videos. But whatever, you know. I'm keep the camera with me, and when I have something to say, I'll say it. But until then, I just want to wish everyone a beautiful day, and hopefully you can find a place of serenity inside and out, because it's important. So I'll talk to you later. Till then, peace.